Tonight on Connecticut's news station, the latest out of Georgia after today's shooting at a high school. 4 dead, more injured. A 14-year-old suspect in custody facing adult charges. Why the teen was already on the police department's radar.
The search has ended for a second day in Old Saybrook, but crews will go out again tomorrow searching for the 2 men who went into the water without life jackets in a horrific boat crash. We're learning more about one of the men and the condition of the boat's driver.
And just days into the new term, and students at Quinnipiac have already endured a bomb scare. Why authorities evacuated 2 buildings on campus today.
Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Well, tonight, new details out of Georgia. We're learning more about the teenager accused of killing 2 of his teachers and 2 of his classmates at a high school northeast of Atlanta. Officials say that teen was on law enforcement's radar after making violent threats just 1 year prior. Thanks for joining us tonight for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. The Atlanta FBI field office says they questioned the teen just last year. And back then, he reportedly said online that he was going to shoot up the school.
Now, law enforcement says they had no probable cause for arrest at that time, even though the suspect was posting pictures of guns along with the threat. Fox's Steve Harrigan begins our team coverage tonight.
Our words and deeds.
A community in mourning and a 14-year-old teenager in jail tonight after the teen opened fire inside his high school, killing multiple people and injuring at least 9 others. It happened at Appalachia High School in the small town of Winder, about 60 miles northeast of Atlanta.
Of those that are deceased, 2 were students and 2 were teachers here at the school.
While there is still no word on a motive, police say the gunman is cooperating. He reportedly voluntarily gave himself up when confronted by a school resource officer moments after a report of shots fired went out.
The shooter was armed, and our school resource officer engaged him, and the shooter quickly realized that if he did not give up, that it would end with an OIS, or an officer-involved shooting.
The shooting, less than 1 month into the new school year, led to a chaotic scene. Students rushing to shelter in place in classrooms as officers from multiple law enforcement agencies swarmed the school.
We were going about our day, and then the first shot you're gonna hear is pop pop, and then after that our teacher went to spy out the window. It's just everybody get down, and they can hear pop 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 just going off.
Schools in the Barrow County school system will be closed the rest of the week as police gather evidence and interview students, faculty, and staff. The FBI and ATF will be assisting with that work.
Priority right now for us within this investigation is to gather all the facts, to make sure that we're accurate with it, because this is a murder investigation.
Authorities say they plan to charge the suspect with murder and try him as an adult. In Winder, Georgia, Steve Harrigan, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
And when yet another school shooting makes headlines, it's hard not to be reminded of a school shooting that rocked our small state.
Yeah, Fox 61's Alexa Farrell has reaction from local organizations and politicians with Connecticut ties. Alexa.
Yeah, we're immediately reminded of Sandy Hook, with innocent lives taken in Georgia today within a school building. Sandy Hook Promise is responding tonight. The organization released a statement on social media that reads, "No one should ever have to endure this horrible and this unbelievable pain. No student should ever have to barricade the doors to their classroom ever. And no parent should ever have to feel this kind of terror as they rush to their children. We must come together to end this nightmare." They go on to say that gun violence is preventable. The current Secretary of Education, Dr. Miguel Cardona, who is from Meriden, said on X, "I am devastated to hear of the shooting at Appalachia High School. I grieve for the victims, their parents, and the community. Back to school season should be a time that parents, teachers, and schools look forward to. Instead, it's being plagued by gun violence. It has to stop." And take a look at this map. It shows states that have strong, safe gun storage laws. We also spoke with Mike Song, who lost his son Ethan after he accidentally shot himself in the head with an unsecured firearm.
It's a gut punch. Every time this happens, it's a gut punch to me, because 76% of the time that this happens, a young person has grabbed the family gun. So We know that this is preventable through safe gun storage. So it's just unnecessary. It's a preventable tragedy, and it has a lot of support on both sides of the aisle. So I don't know why we don't just get together on this one issue. If we can't agree on a lot of stuff, keeping guns out of the hands of young children and teens who might be mad, sad, bad, people who are suffering some type of serious mental illness. It just makes sense for the whole community.
Devastation and frustration are the mutual feelings here in Connecticut tonight. In the studio, Alexa Farrell, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, we will update you as we learn more out of Georgia. For now, it's time for a first check of the forecast. An hour stretch of beautiful weather that just continues.
Yeah, it was just so nice today. I did school pickup and I was just walking and I went, oh, I just have to soak it in because I know in just a couple of months I'll be freezing.
Yeah, and it's been a broken record forecast, but it's been the best broken record. The most beautiful music. I mean, every day has been sunny with low humidity. We've got these warm days, these comfortably cool nights, and that's going to continue into the day tomorrow. We do have some minor changes for Friday, a few more clouds in the sky, but overall beautiful weather through the rest of the work and school week. 62 degrees right now, both the temperature for Hartford and for the New Haven area. But we have some 50s that are already on the map for Waterbury, Meriden, Windham. And as we head through the overnight hours, I suspect we'll see some upper 40s out there and most of the state right around the 50-degree mark. Here's a look at those overnight lows, including 48 for Willimantic, 51 in Meriden, and 55 for an overnight low temperature in Groton. Heading into tomorrow morning, it's another crisp, cool start to the day, but sunglasses required from start to finish with that sun and almost exactly the same temperature as today. We're up near 80 as we head through the afternoon. We'll take a closer look at the weekend forecast. We do have some rain, but the timing may work out just perfectly. We'll explain coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Well, tonight marks 48 hours since a boat crash sent 9 people spilling into the Long Island Sound. 2 boaters are still missing tonight. The search has been suspended for the night, but we have learned the identity of the man found dead on the scene. 34-year-old Chris Hallahan was killed when a boat crashed into a breakwater at the mouth of the Connecticut River Monday night. Fox 61's Kaylee Collins has more from Old Saybrook.
The search was called off at sunset just as it was on Tuesday, with plans to resume on Thursday morning. And as friends and family anxiously wait for their loved ones to be found, investigators are still working to determine just what happened, what led to that boat crash. Locals say that the area where it happened has been an issue for quite some time. In the days following a deadly boat crash in Old Saybrook, a tight-knit community is mourning. 6 people were injured in the crash late in the evening on Labor Day. 2 are still missing. And 1 person, identified by police as Chris Hallahan, was pronounced dead on scene.
My daughter Lindsay is very upset. They had adjacent lockers through school. I mean, like I said, it's a small town. Everyone is, connected somehow.
Westbrook First Selectman John Hall knew Hallahan personally, offering his deepest condolences to his loved ones. Investigators are still working to figure out exactly what caused the crash, but say there are many possible factors. Locals point to issues with 2 breakwaters in the area, one of which the boat hit.
This has been an ongoing problem here. And 20 years ago, I got involved with the Coast Guard to say, hey, look, there's things that need to be done here.
Stephen Tagliatella, managing partner at Saybrook Point Resort and Marina, says the Coast Guard has installed a buoy with a light on it to help guide boaters, especially at night, but he believes it should be about 100 yards further out since it's shadowed by the 2 breakwaters.
Because I think they were partially successful, but paint wears out and buoys need to be relocated from time to time. And with those 2 adjustments, I'm hopeful that we can, not have another day like we did on September 2nd. And our heart all goes out to them all.
This is the same breakwater that a cigarette boat crashed into last year on Labor Day, injuring 4 people. And crews consisting of multiple local and state agencies will be out here to resume that search come Thursday morning. They're using sonar and other top-of-the-line technologies to try and locate those 2 missing boaters. Reporting in Old Saybrook, Kaylee Collins, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Kaylee, thank you. The semester has just started for students at Quinnipiac University, and already 2 buildings had to be evacuated after reports of a pipe bomb. Staff tell us a student notified officials at 2 p.m. saying there was a post on the social media app Yik Yak claiming there was a bomb placed in the Carl Hansen Student Center. The bomb squad did a sweep of the building and the adjoining Tater Hall after students and staff had evacuated and determined there was no bomb. The building was reopened by 4:30 p.m. Police are investigating but say there is no threat to the public.
Norwich Technical High School was placed on soft lockdown this afternoon. State police say bullets were found on campus. They sent a team to search the building, and it's not clear where those bullets came from. Soft lockdown means classes continued, but people were not allowed on or off campus. Police are still investigating. We'll update you as we learn more.
We are following breaking news right now in West Hartford, where police are investigating what appears to be a serious crash. This is happening along New Britain Avenue, right near the Family Dollar store. We don't have much information beyond that, but based on what our crew is seeing at the scene, it looks like someone riding a motorcycle was involved in that crash. Police have a good portion of New Britain Avenue shut down right now, so you're being asked to avoid that road as police investigate. We're reaching out to police, and we'll bring you any new information as soon as we get it. Now, police in Guilford have arrested a man accused of possessing child pornography. 42-year-old Matthew Norman was taken into custody while at work in Branford today. Police say they first started investigating back on January 2nd of this year. They searched his home in March, and after pouring through evidence, say they confirmed Norman was in possession of inappropriate images of minors. He'll be arraigned tomorrow in New Haven Superior Court.